Hello. Here we are, Gabriel and my brother, Colton Riggs. I just made that shake. Anyways, drinking our Boogaloo beer from Stony Creek Brewery here in Connecticut. It's very appropriate for the movie that we're about to talk about, Range 15. If anybody out there is familiar with the Black Rifle Coffee Company, these are the guys.
The film was awesome because it's basically a by the veterans, for the veterans film, and it's association with Federal Reserve, 511 Tactical, Black Rifle Coffee, and numerous organizations. I'm sorry, I can't remember them all.
And some very interesting cameos, too. I mean, I was kind of shocked that, like, William Shatner or Sean Astin were in this. Danny Trejo was kind of weird. Has he ever served in the military? Or?
Danny Trejo didn't serve, but Danny Trejo is definitely he's always been a patriotic person. He was, I believe, the San Quentin welterweight boxing champion for 3 years, something like that. So he's just a hardcore dude, and he's gonna run that shit.
Might be meeting him next year at Monster Mania.
Yes, and he'll get him to sign a poster for me. Now, I am not a veteran. Just in the theme of the video, I'm wearing this shit because boogaloo. But yeah, no, like the amount of cameos, even from like celebrity militants, it's just like on top. You've got Captain Dale Dye, who is like, I mean, all the way back from Platoon. The dude is just the man. Falling Skies, Saving Private Ryan. He's been a military advisor and a veteran military actor for a long time, and he brings a lot of credibility to this film, although it's just a fun movie. And as Nick Palmiscano had said, it's just one of those, it's by the veterans, for the veterans, and if you can come into it and enjoy it as a viewer, that's awesome. And in his own words, if you can't and you don't, well then sincerely from the bottom of his heart, fuck you. Like,
well, you know, this isn't like what would be considered like a traditionally good movie. It's actually very reminiscent of the shit that like you'd film with your parents' camcorder, you know, when you were kids, if you were into that type of a thing. I do feel that this movie's very under the radar, probably because of like political affiliations and shit. That might have partially to do with it. Also, not for nothing, I think that they just kind of wanted to do their own thing, and in order to go through the whole rigmarole, Hollywood and all that, they would have been like, oh, well, we want you to cut this might be a little too much, this might be offensive, yada yada, and they just truthfully didn't give a damn. So they made it, crowdfunding. They made it themselves, and I mean, honestly, again, it's not like really a good movie, but it's not really trying to be a good movie. It's just insanity. It's insane bloodbath, very humorous. Honestly, this is a movie that's very highly overlooked, I feel, by like fans of trauma movies and stuff like that. It's like about, I would say, the same level of like crazy, over the top, unrealistic,
like things,
uber violence.
Think like, let's put it this way: if you're a trauma fan, if you're like a base level trauma fan, this is for you. Mm-hmm. It doesn't include like Class of Nuclear High, like the tentacle birth scene.
Yeah.
Surf Nazis Must Die, the tentacle rape scene, and return to, you know, Class of Nukem High with more tentacle rape and acid rape and shit like that. But you know what? That's not a bad thing. Like, but this is a solid, fun movie.
A dude does get his dick ripped off, shoved in his face.
Again, it's all in good fun, which is where I think the line between this and a trauma film is varied, because some of the shit in trauma films.
Yes, trauma like really, really pushes the boundaries. But I feel like people who are into like kind of trash trauma movies would like this. But I also think that like veterans would like it.
But this is veteran humor, and again, I'm not a veteran. And I both know a bunch of veterans. And it's kind of one of those things where, again, from behind the scenes or talking with people that we know, it's that you just kind of run out of PC humor, or what we would view as the norm humor. And it's one of those things, if you can get a laugh out of it, it's awesome.
Well, they were even saying on the documentary, there's a like 20-minute or so documentary on this disc that is basically kind of addresses that directly. That they say, like, you know, we've gone overseas, we've seen some really horrible shit, and you know, it's like you develop sort of like a kind of like cynicism about reality, and the only way you can really keep plugging along is to make a joke out of pretty much everything. That's why the movie is what it is. That's why it's as aggressive as it is. Definitely not for everybody, but definitely would not. Never a movie like this would make it to theaters, but it's
No, but that's crowdfunding again. It's that veteran crowdfunding.
But I'd rather have that any day of the week, honestly,
because
than
it's
have
real,
it, like, tainted or tarnished, you know. But like, I mean, like, where can you get this? Can you get this any old place? Can you pick this up at FYE, or is this like kind of
no? This is one of those like if you wanted to order this, it's going to be something like you're going to get it off Amazon. I don't know if they offer it through Article 15 or Black Rifle Coffee.
I would imagine they do probably.
I mean, maybe, but because it's an associate thing, I don't know what the licensing is. But
Yeah.
let's put it this way: if you go on Amazon, whether you want DVD or Blu-ray, it's there. The DVD is solid. The Blu-ray has additional special features. It was Chester from Linkin Park, I believe. This was the last song that he had written and recorded, or if not just recorded, I don't know if he wrote it. But he does a battle theme in this film for Range 15, and this was short.
Which is another strange name, you know, to have in this. The guy who plays Jerry Gergich from Parks and Rec is in like a very brief cameo as well.
Yeah. So we got Ross Patterson, who has been in several different Hollywood films in supporting character roles. What I know him personally from is he is one of the frat boys from Accepted that hazes Jonah Hill. He not only plays the fucking awesome Gene Vandenham.
Accepted was the one with Justin Long?
Yes.
I didn't know Jonah Hill was in that. God,
Yeah,
I gotta
Jonah
watch
Hill
that.
is the ask me about my wiener.
Okay.
You remember?
I saw the movie when it came out, like,
And
06 or something
what's
like
his
that,
face
so-
from Parks and Rec plays his father.
Really?
Yeah. And then Ross Patterson, who again helped produce, helped write, and ultimately directed this film, plays the one and only Gene Vandenham.
He sounds sort of like the Hormone Monster. Or, what's his face?
Their mission has been aborted.
Or what's his face? The guy that, babe. You know what I'm talking about?
Oh,
Job from freaking,
Jeff Fahey?
no, dude, Job from freaking Arrested Development. What the freak is that actor's name?
We're trying to review this one.
I'll put it down at the bottom. I'll put it down at the bottom. He sounds like him.
Slut magic. So anyway, it's got your boy from Parks and Rec,
Jerry Gergich.
It's got Jerry Gergich from Parks and Rec. It's got Ross Patterson. It's got William Shatner, Sean Astin, Keith David, who has been in The Thing. He's been in They Live. He's been in numerous other movies.
There's something about Mary.
There's something about Mary. He was fucking Goliath in Gargoyles. The voice of Goliath in Gargoyles.
Yo, I hear that they're gonna like do that again. They're gonna remake it.
Nope. Why did I think?
Oh yeah, you're right.
Nope.
Disney. We're done with Disney.
Nope.
We're done with Disney.
Cut it down, burn it, like literally,
Yeah.
Spread it with napalm.
Disney can eat
burn
a
it to the
fat
ground,
dick.
salt the earth, and pray for the people that live there. Cause fuck.
Set up all mouse traps. Just no more.
What fucking ruined that for me?
I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry. I got really excited, but then I remembered it was.
Jay's like, ooh, death and destruction.
They're gonna ruin my childhood again.
Yeah, but it's not like it was Range 15. If it was Range 15, you know, I would gladly let a zombie romp tromp through my childhood. Because, you know, I grew up as tainted as I am nowadays. But okay, so I left off at Keith David. Randy Couture. Danny Trejo, that fucking weird dude from Jackass 3D. I think it might have been 3D.2. The creepy dude that lets Chris Pontius get like poked through the wood condom. He's in it.
By a woodpecker.
Yeah, it's a solid cast.
It's pretty sexy ladies in it.
Yes, as one of the characters said, ladies that are snap your fingers hot. And here's my whole thing. It's like, if you'd like to support a veteran, rock out, buy this film, support a veteran. If you'd like to support a veteran, rock out, 511 Clothing, Black Rifle Coffee, Article 15. But it's just one of those things is, even if you're not a veteran and you just enjoy the zombie genre and you enjoy a fun movie and a vulgar movie. Like, you could literally be one or the other. You're going to watch this shit. You're going to enjoy
I
it.
think there is a broad range of people that would like this movie that wouldn't have gotten the chance to see it.
Yes, and that's because of the indie opening. But, again, they sought out to make a film, and they made it, and it's a solid film. And again, if you're looking for something to watch with the wife and kids, this is not your movie. If you're looking for something to educate your kids on, like, this is what being a veteran is, this is what sacrifice is, this is, again, not your movie.
Yeah, okay.
But
I thought you were going somewhere different.
no. But if it's one of those movies where if you just like like zombie apocalypse, military-esque humor, and just wild shit, this is your film. Like, it's just it's a bloodbath, but it's fun.
I concur. That's all she wrote. Oh, what's that guy do?
What?
Oh, or
He does the their mission has been aborted.